Hello everyone and welcome back to Of Bricks and Dragons. Today we are continuing on with our space theme. This is a couple sets, actually it's two different sets I had gotten a while ago. This is from, I believe it was Apex Legends, when LEGO had done a couple sets for them. I do apologize, there are two figures I do not have. I don't know the names of them. There's a young lady that came with the little shuttle, and the shuttle can actually dock onto the bigger ship, and then there's a big gorilla guy. I don't know where he is offhand either, but I do have, we have like an angel here with a staff, nice angel wings. It's a different kind of a hairdo that they had done. I'm guessing that's exactly how it was for the character in the game. I had never played the game. It's just one of those things of, I picked it up because we did not have very many space sets coming out for a while. So here I was just excited to have something space themed. And we have like a kind of cybernetic hawk here from the looks of it. Like I said, this is a couple years old. As you can tell, I've got a little bit of dust like always. And it is an interesting character. I really didn't get it for the characters. Like I said, I didn't, I got it because I just missed having a space theme here. And then they came out with some extra space stuff. They were doing some of their Mars stuff after this, I believe. So this one I had gotten together. There's some of the Mars stuff that I did do and some I did not do in that. But just kind of looking at some of this here today. So looking at our main rocket, rocket ship, whatever you want to call it, because I don't know exactly how you want to term it, because this thing is a little heavy, a little massive. And I do believe it actually separates here. And I'm right, it does. So it does separate. It comes into two different pieces. And it's actually able to be piloted, I'm assuming, from here, because there is a cockpit here. And we do have a control panel in there. And I know this opens up. This is a little on the heavier side. This is more like a brick. Let's see here if I can remember exactly. I have the hinges here, but I don't remember how far back this goes. So just trying to remember this because it's been a while. And I'm thinking it opens all the way back here, but I'm thinking I'm going to be wrong. Nope, I'm tearing this apart. Like I said, I know that this opens. I'm just trying to remember exactly how far back it goes so I don't destroy this, but I'm afraid I'm going to, as I'm trying to get this opened, because this is all bricked together here, so it's got to open all the way back. There we are. And I believe this was big enough that you could actually get the big monkey guy in here, and he's got that really big build to him. So we do have room that we can get a couple figures in here, and a cockpit that we can set a figure in there. Of course, you'd have to take the wings off of these characters, and I've kind of left it the way it is. And on the front, all we have here is just the cockpit itself. So that opens up. There's no real extra ability there. I usually leave this all together. To me, it looks kind of... I think of this as like the old G.I. Joe Defiant spaceship. So that's what I was thinking of when I had seen this. I had picked it up. I don't normally leave this docked up here, but this is kind of nice, the fact that we actually have a platform for characters to walk across, say get into our spaceship. This can be set up one of two different ways. Let's see here. Trying to remember. Yep, here it is. So you can take this off and you could actually set the figure in here, because we do have a little cockpit here, and you could just set it like that. Or I left it covered up so it looks more like it's a regular spaceship of its own. You could take it off of here and you can actually dock it on there. So especially with this really seems like the Defiant from the old G.I. Joe cartoon, because you had the Defiant and then you had what was really the proposed, I think, like X1 shuttle that would be docked on the back of it. So I don't know. I don't remember if the entire setup was considered the Defiant, or if it was really just the shuttle that was the Defiant, and then that was like, it was almost like it was the booster, but it was also a space station kind of setup as well. You know, when we're doing this in an imaginative way or whatever, you know, we can just take something that should maybe be like a booster rocket and we can turn it into a main spaceship or something like that, and you know, it's all for fun. So in that regard, it's really nice. Having a nice platform in that like this is really good, even if it's something that can just be set off to the side. You know, having swinging arms here like you're trying to refuel things, you know, it adds a lot of play features. I don't know if they actually have this set up in the game, because like I said, I'd never played Apex, and it took me a little bit of time just to try and remember what the game was, because I was thinking Fortnite, but I knew it wasn't Fortnite, which I remember playing Fortnite, but that was well before it became the free-for-all kind of open world shooter that it is, that everyone thinks of it today. One of those things of, you know, I got into it when it was in early access or whatever, and we had to pay for it. It wasn't the free game. I'm going to take this off here and set this down. And as I'm going to spin this around a little bit, so we do have like an extra pad here. So it gives us, you know, a little detail here. Of course, this is where our ship docks. Like if you're going to try and turn the valve on for trying to fuel things up or whatever. And it has almost what looks like a ladder system on the inside, or if you want to think of it as an elevator. We do have some tanks on the side here, so you know, like fueling tanks or something like that, or oxygen tanks, or however you want to imagine it to be. And I don't know what the figure is on the top here as I break a piece off here, because of course I always seem to do that. Alright, we'll have that going down. So yeah, he's got a nice skull mask on there. What you would typically find in a lot of first-person shooters. So it's a nice setup. If you can find it used somewhere, it's still a great imaginative set. Adds a lot of playability for kids. I don't have any problems with it. As a big kid at heart, I mean, that's a lot of the ways I see things is, you know, I'm just a big kid at heart, and someday I might grow up, probably not, but someday. So it does sit in here pretty well. It sits up there pretty good. I mean, I can kind of rock this. So as far as if you have kids that are playing with this, it docks in that pretty good. Have a little radar dish to get our communications from. Yeah, it's really a nice little set. It just kind of sits up in my workroom. Oddly enough, I have one of the Millennium Falcons parked right next to it, because I just don't have a good spot for this right now. And quite often that happens. It's like, okay, great set, I enjoy it, but I don't have a good display spot for it. So at some point, I'm hoping that maybe I could have like a nice landing field where I can have like TIE fighters and spaceships and all that stuff, but I don't know if I'll ever get all that room or not. There's always a hope for it, but we'll have to see. I'll have to fight the wife to see if I can get that room someday. So this does tip up, which I was kind of wondering about. I kind of figured it would. I'm not going to tip it all the way up because I got his guns in the way, and I'm just going to leave him there. And of course, this does swing out of the way, kind of like you would see if you were actually launching a rocket. You know, all this stuff kind of folds away, so that way it's out of the way of the rocket, so nothing gets damaged. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun little set. Wasn't little, but it's a fun set. A lot of playtime that could be had out of this. For me, it's a nice display set, but unfortunately, for where I've got room for it, I can't really display it where everyone can see it. So that's kind of on me, not on the set. It is a pretty decent set. I don't have any any regrets for ever buying this. It's a nice set, and usually I have this parked somewhere else where I can see it more often than I can the launch platform, but to keep it together and have it look nice together like this, it's a really awesome set to have. So with that being said, it's a little bit of a shorter video today, I think, but you know, just kind of staying on the space theme and some of the stuff that I already have together. Like I said, it's an older set if you could pick it up somewhere. It is a nice set to add to the collection. If you just see it here, that's wonderful. And you know, it's just some of those things. Sometimes I miss out on getting things too, or whatever, or I didn't even realize it was something that was available at the time until well afterwards. So with that, thank you so very much for joining me, being around my pool table and spending some time. Whatever silliness I come up with for the day, I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.